Good afternoon, everyone. This is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I am your literary ambassador. And we have the last author on the author showcase today. But don't forget, we have one more day tomorrow. But this is Laronda Coleman. She's a native from Texas, from actually San Marcos, Texas, but resides in Houston, Texas. I think we had another author earlier today from Houston, Texas. She is the mother of five and has two grandchildren. She is a full-time student studying to become a personal fitness trainer. In her spare time, she crochets and participates in 5K events. Her first book is Journey to Forgiveness, Surviving Childhood Molestation. Take it away, Miss Coleman.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much, Queenie, for having me on your platform today. How are you?
I
How
am
are you?
blessed. Thank you.
Good, good. I have enjoyed this virtual book tour, book fair today. It has been amazing. Your lineup today has been so great, and I'm so honored to be on your platform
Thank
today.
you. Thank you.
I'm so honored. So, hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. As Miss Queenie said, I am Laronda. I'm a native of San Marcos, as Miss Queenie said, and I originally reside in Houston. I kind of say Houston is my home because I've been here forever and a day, and I just love it here. But so yeah, that's I do have five children. They're all grown, except for my baby. She'll be 16 next month. But might as well be grown. Might as well
Yeah.
be grown. And I do have two grandbabies. I do have two grandbabies. And so yeah, so my book today that we're gonna be discussing is Journey to Forgiveness. This is my first book. This is my baby. This is where my everything about me as far as writing
Mhm.
began. All right, this is my first book here, and I am so honored and so excited about this book. Every time I speak about it, or every time I think about it, it's just like I just did it, you know. And this book is a few months old, but it still brings me to tears because this book is a book that um, I didn't think that I was going to finish when I first started it. I joined a writing summit with Miss Ayoka, and I stopped writing during the writing summit because writing this book brought up so many memories, so many emotions, you know, and just so many
Mhm.
things about me as a person. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it was just like, oh my God, I can't do this. Oh my God, I don't want to do this. Oh my God, are you for real? You
Yeah.
know, it was just so much stuff that was about me, not necessarily about why I started to write this book, but just so much about me as a person. And it just helped me understand who LaRonda was at the time and why I did some of the things that I did. This book, Journey to Forgiveness, is about me forgiving my uncle. He is my uncle,
Mhm.
and he molested me when I was a child. And this is something that I kept a secret from my family for a long time until I wrote this book. There was
Mhm.
very few people that I told about this event, and just simply because I knew what the reaction of others in my
Yes.
family would be.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I was born in 1970, you know, and this was still a time when things like that, especially if it happened within the family, we didn't talk about.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if we did, it was swept up under the rug really immediately,
Mhm.
especially if it was done to you by someone in the family.
Family.
And it was either,
Yes.
oh, that couldn't have happened, or, you know, unfortunately, you know, some families, what did you do? You know, but I was a very young girl at the time this happened. I was maybe five, maybe. 5 years old
Mhm.
when this happened. So, um, and like I said, I kept it a secret, you know, and it wasn't until about a year or two ago that I decided to write this book, and it was an event that happened in my life, the passing of one of my family members, and I saw my offender. So, and then I discovered at my age in my 40s that I was still afraid of this man in my
Mhm.
40s, somebody that I never seen unless significant events happened, you know, that I was afraid of him. So I was like, and then I was looking for my children, trying to protect them from him,
Mhm.
although my
Yep.
children know
Mhm.
nothing of the event. But there's Mama Bear trying to protect her cubs from this perpetrator. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. I can't live my life in fear of this man. This man has had so much control over so many things about me that I wasn't even aware of. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So Ayoka posted about a 10-week writing challenge summit. I
Mhm.
signed up, and here is my book. She stuck with me throughout. It took me some time. It took me longer than 10 weeks to write it, but she stuck with me, and I wrote it. I cried, I yelled, I screamed, I gave up, and then I started up again. But my book is out, um, and I'm excited about it. There are still some people who try to make me feel ashamed about it or make me feel guilty
Mhm.
about it,
Mhm.
but um, like I tell everyone, there's somebody out there who is struggling with forgiveness for whatever reason. And it doesn't necessarily have to be from something as severe as my encounter. You know, mine is molestation. But I've talked to several people who are struggling with forgiveness on all different levels. You know, people going through divorce, people, you know, blaming their spouse for miscarriage or deaths in the family, whatever it may be, no matter how small or how big, I want people to understand that although my book is entitled Journey to Forgiveness Surviving Childhood Molestation, this book is far from the molestation. It's about my journey to actually forgiving my offender,
Mhm.
right? And then just learning to forgive others on a whole platform, you know, no matter what the offense is. And that, you know, forgiveness is something that it's a process. Forgiving someone is a process. It's something that we have to do daily.
Mhm.
You know, for me it is. I know for me, it's a daily process. I'm not only having to forgive others, but I'm constantly forgiving myself for allowing myself to continue to go through the same bull crap, you know, whatever it is. You know, it's allowing people to treat me a certain way, allowing people to talk to me a certain way. Something that my father taught me was that, you know, people will treat you the way that you allow them to treat you, whether good or bad, you know? So I've learned that even with the bad stuff, and I ask myself, oh, why do they continue to do this to me? And then I'm like, well, duh, Laronda, you allow it. You know what I'm saying? So I have to continue to forgive myself for allowing myself to put up with nonsense in my life,
Yes.
allowing myself to continue to be told
Yes.
that
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
less than perfect or I'm not worthy of something just because I don't do things to the degree that other people think that I should, you know. But I've
Yes.
learned that forgiveness is for me.
Yes. Yes.
It is
Yes.
for me. It is not for the other person. It is for me, you know, and that no matter, I'm so sorry, I still get
Okay.
emotional about this.
That's okay. That's okay.
No matter what negative opinion or thought that others have for me, I don't care. I've come to a place where I don't care. I am not living my
Yes.
life
Yes.
for
Yes.
others. I am living my life for me.
Yep.
If you think that my journey and my walk is fake or whatever, then that's on you. I have nothing to do with
Yes.
that. I still forgive
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
it's taken me a while to come to that. Even today I dealt with some things, but I have to remind myself that no matter what other people think of me, I am a child of God and I deserve all that God has for me. So
Yes.
I'm going to
Yes.
continue to forgive those naysayers and I'm just going to
Mhm.
continue to move forward in this journey because this journey is my journey. This
Mhm.
is the route that I have had to take to learn to forgive myself and learn to forgive others. And Queenie, your journey may be different from mine,
Mhm.
and that's okay. Your reason for having to forgive someone in your life is probably different from mine, but it's still your journey, you know? Excuse me. And like I said, forgiveness is for me. Excuse me. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for
Yes.
anybody that is on
Yes.
our platform today listening to this.
Mhm.
It doesn't have to be the route that I took or the route that I'm taking. This is how I started out my journey, but this is definitely not how it's going to end, you know? And so I am so thankful that God placed Ioka in my life so that I could begin this journey to heal. I have been sick. Some things had happened in my life, and we couldn't understand what was happening. But when
Mhm.
you are trying to live your life for God, nobody is perfect. You know,
Nope.
when you're
Mm.
trying to live your life for God, God will reveal some things to you to let you know that this is why this is happening because of this. Or, let's get right on this level. How can we truly walk with God or, be out there and professing that we love God or whatever when we have unforgiveness in our heart?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things that was happening to me, the negative things, the health issues, all of that stuff was simply because I was carrying around this burden that I didn't even realize. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize until this funeral that came up of how big of a burden that I was carrying around with me because it was literally a secret that I was keeping because I knew or that I felt no one would believe me. And it was when my book came about, the very thoughts that I felt about certain family members when my book came out, those thoughts were revealed. They didn't believe
Mhm.
me. They didn't believe me. But I was okay with it this time around. Did it hurt? Of course. It stung. But I was okay with it because there is still someone out there who needs to hear this, who needs to understand that in order to heal, to truly heal, that you have to have a forgiving heart. It doesn't mean that you forget what happened. No, you don't forget it. But in order to truly heal, and if you're a believer, in order to truly follow God, you have to have a forgiving heart. You have to forgive. You have to forgive. And it doesn't mean that you're weak, and it doesn't mean that you're any less of a person, and it doesn't mean that you forgiving them means that you're going to allow that crap to keep happening, from that person.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that, you know. It's meaning that you want to be a better person, that you want to grow, that you want to fully
Mhm.
heal. And that's where I'm at. I'm at a place in my life where I want to fully heal. And like I said, it is a daily process, sometimes a few times a day,
Mhm.
but it's a process.
Yep. It sure
It's
is.
a process. It's not something that happens overnight. And I am just, like I said, every time I pick up my book and I read it, it's like I'm reading it the first time. I'm still in awe, that I did this.
Mhm.
I did this.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited about it. I do have a journal. It's on ebook form that I have to also. It's called 21 Days of Forgiveness Journal that I'm really excited about, and that's available on ebook. We'll talk about that too. But I just want people to just truly understand that in order to fully heal from whatever it is that's troubling you or whatever it is that's hurt you, you have to forgive. You have to. There's no way that you're going to get over whatever it is. I've talked to several ladies, several men who are dealing and struggling with this very issue, because they feel like to forgive means that you're weak, or to forgive means that you allowed this whatever to happen, and that's not the case. Forgiveness is for you, it's for me, it's for anyone that's dealing with anything, so that you can truly heal and move on, move past the offense, and live a productive, healthy life, or have productive, healthy relationships. Somebody may be bitter because of a broken marriage, a broken relationship, or whatever it is, and because you haven't truly forgiven the person, you're walking around bitter and treating other people like crap, or still treating your ex like crap, or whatever it is, because you haven't truly forgiven that person. You know what I'm saying? So I can't reiterate enough, unless you truly forgive and walk in forgiveness, there's no possible way that you can fully experience all that God has for you if you're a true believer.
Yes.
And that's something that I've learned, and that I continue to learn, because like I said, it's a process. It is something that happens daily. I know for me that it's daily, and sometimes it's several times a day, that I'm having to forgive myself or forgiving somebody that's in my circle, and that's life. That is life. Nobody ever said that you have to forgive one person one time and then be over with. No, the Bible says, what is it, 70 times 7 that you have to forgive someone, right? So that's how we should live our life if we are true believers, regardless of what anybody says. Regardless of what anybody says. So, with that being said, I do have autographed copies of my book available. So if you'd like to purchase an autographed copy of my book, you can cash at me at $Laronda K46. And the autographed copy is $15. That $15 does include shipping. So I do have quite a few books available to ship out to anyone that would like this book. My book is also available on Amazon on paperback and Kindle. If you have the Kindle Unlimited, it is free. I think the regular Kindle is $6.99 and the paperback, I think, is $12.99. So if you like to purchase from Amazon, and it's not an autographed copy though, when you purchase from Amazon, the link is bit.ly journey 2 forgiveness. Okay, that's bit.
Can you say that again?
bit.ly 2 forgiveness, and that is the Amazon link. Okay, if you would like my journal, because I do have a 21 days of forgiveness journal, if you would like that, that journal is $7.99, and that's on ebook form. That is bit.ly 21-day forgiveness journal. That's bit.ly 21-day forgiveness journal, and that's an ebook only for $7.99. But my autographed book, it's $15. Again, my cash app is $Laronda K46, and this book is $15, and that $15 does include shipping.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, I just I read it. I finally read it, and I'm yes, and I will be writing a review. I know I've been having these on this platform, this event, so I've been pushing all my reviews back, but starting next week I get all my reviews because I done read like 20 books.
Oh goodness.
And so I got to catch up on my reviews. So I will be doing that in the next week or two because I go back to work in 3 weeks.
Awesome.
So, yes.
I'm so glad.
I want to thank you so much, and thank you for being so transparent today. I just got a message saying this is a very emotional interview and they love it.
It is. I mean,
So,
I I always, like I told you before we even came on, I get so nervous,
mhm,
when I talk about this because this book is very transparent. It's
yes.
about it says some stuff about Laronda,
Mhm, mhm,
but I believe that in order to reach the people, in order to speak to the people, in order to get your message across, you have to be transparent.
yes.
You know, so this book is very transparent. It's about me, who I was, who I am, and why.
Mhm,
You
mhm,
know, and you can't fix yourself if you don't know why. You don't know what the reason is for whatever. You know, so I'm I'm still a work in progress. I'm still writing. Um, I am writing a part two to this book, and
oh,
it's
okay.
taking me a little bit longer. Yes, I am writing a part two. It is taking me a lot longer. This first book is a short read, but it's a powerful read.
Yes.
Powerful, And so I'm just, like I said, every time I pick it up and read it, I'm just like, wow, you
Mhm,
wrote that?
mhm,
Wow, And so I want people who are struggling with forgiveness to read this book, to read it. It's a quick read. If you don't like to sit down and read long, drawn out books, then this is the book for you. It's very short, very quick, but very powerful.
yes.
It will help you. I do have a Facebook group also called Forgiveness. So you can reach me on that platform, or you could just, message me on my regular Facebook page if you want to talk. If you have questions, I'm available, all the time. I answer my messages pretty much right away if I'm not asleep, if I'm not at work. But yeah, so aside from health and wellness and fitness,
Look like she froze. No, she watching, but you froze, Laronda.
oh goodness.
You froze. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So I'm just, I'm very excited. I don't know where the video froze, but like I was saying, I knew at a very early age that I was going to write.
Mhm,
I've
mhm,
journaled all the time, but God has been speaking to me. God spoke to me years ago to write this book, and I
mhm.
just kept running from it. And I kept running and running and running until a couple of years ago, God was like, "Okay, that's it."
Okay.
And that was at a family member's funeral when I just about lost it. When my offender was there, God was like, "Okay, that's it. You can't run from this anymore. Let's get this done." And so, through sweat and anger and humiliation,
Mhm, mhm.
the book came forth, and I'm really grateful, and I'm grateful for people like you, Miss Queenie, who've allowed me to be on their platform and speak about this. It's still not. It's. I'm not gonna say it's not easy for me to speak because it has become very easy for me. Although I do get emotional, it's
Mhm.
just because I'm just so happy that I am at a point to where I can talk about it without being angry. I'm at the point where I'm happy that I can share my story and I can share my journey. That's the tears that come forth now. They're not tears of anger or sadness or frustration, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So I just hope that someone that's struggling will read this book and know that everything's gonna be okay, and that it's a process. It's not something that's gonna happen overnight. It's a
Mhm.
process,
Mhm.
and if they can understand that, then I've done what I'm supposed to do, and I'm
Yes.
happy about that. I'm happy about it.
Well, thank you for coming in, Laronda. I really, really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me
And
again.
again, tell them one more time how to get your book.
All right. If you would like an autographed copy of my book, you can cash at me at $ Laronda KAY 46. The autographed copy is $15. Or you can purchase on Amazon at bit.ly journey the number 2 forgiveness. The book is available on Kindle and paperback.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming in today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I hit it again. All right, y'all.